All right, second of today's update. So you are seeing this correctly, and this is coming from Newsbreak as well as multiple sources. So FDA confirms graphene oxide is in the mRNA COVID-19 vaccines after being forced to publish confidential Pfizer documents by order of the U.S. federal government. The COVID-19 vaccines have been at the center of a heated debate since their introduction, with many questions and concerns raised about their safety and effectiveness. So the Food and Drug Administration is requiring Pfizer and Moderna to expand on the labels of their COVID-19 vaccines for the risk of heart inflammation in adolescents and young men. Let's see, I don't want to read stupid links that don't mean anything. The agency cited updated estimates of cases of myocarditis and pericarditis, inflammation of heart muscle and surrounding tissue, and a post-approval study showing the persistence of heart abnormalities months after getting the mRNA shots. The label changes were posted on Wednesday and communicated on April 17th. Letters to the companies. CBS News first reported the notices. What they're saying: the agency said an analysis of insurance claims found an incidence of 8 cases per million doses. I think it's higher than that, in my opinion, for the doses for the 2023-2024 formulas of the shots. The updated warnings apply to male ages 16 to 25. Earlier warnings of heart issues for Pfizer BioNTech's vaccine covered males 12 to 17, and for Moderna's males 12 to 24. I had done reports initially when this was first coming out and they were first pushing this garbage, that it was affecting children much younger than that. I did one story, and I can't remember 100% of the details. I'm trying to remember what state it is. Obviously, it doesn't really make a difference at the end of the day. I don't know if it was Minnesota. A child. So I'm talking, if I'm trying to remember his age, it might have been the 12 to 13 range. His parents took him to go get the shot. Very next morning, they tried to wake him up. They could not wake him up. He had passed right after getting the shot. So, children didn't need this. Unless your child was immune compromised and already had serious previous health issues. It was actually a danger for a child to get this shot, and this is what they're saying at this point. There's more, because the kids can bounce back from COVID so much more efficiently than an adult can. I remember when we got it in the house. I only got COVID one time. I never got the shot. I did my homework to the best of my ability, not being a doctor, as the left says. Well, what do you know? You're not a doctor. You don't have a PhD. No, but I don't need a degree in electronics and oven maintenance in order to know that when I turn the burner on, it's hot, right? So if there's something that looks like it's doing bad things to people and I'm looking into it and I'm not getting good information on it, you kind of put 2 and 2 together at that point. I don't need to actually go for my doctorate for that. So none of the family got it. I went through it for a couple of days and fought through it completely on my own, and then I was fine. Never got it again. The kids barely got a cough. I mean, they because of the strict restrictions at that time, they put the kids out of school for like 2 weeks. And, I mean, they just chilled, stayed home, played video games, did whatever they wanted to do. I mean, it was a mini vacation for them. Maybe one had a little bit of a cough. The younger one had absolutely no symptoms whatsoever. So it didn't affect kids. And the parents that made their kids get this shot, I hope in the future they're going to be okay, because the kids, I'm not a doctor, okay, but for legal purposes, but, the kids didn't need this thing. Heart inflammation has been a known but rare side effect linked to the vaccine since early in the pandemic. Alex Jones was talking about this early on, talking about the myocarditis, talking about the stuff that was that was in the shots that you didn't know about. Louder with Crowder had a doctor, a mortician, call in and participate in an interview on the show from England, where he was being censored for putting the information out there, but he was dealing with going through and preparing for burial the body of a young man who was maybe 2021. And as he was working with the body to embalm, take out the blood, embalm it, he was running into these strands of something. It's and he had put it in a bottle, and he had taken a picture of it and was claiming that this was some of this stuff. The what's it? Hold on a second. For the graphene, I believe it was the graphene oxide, and how it was solidifying in the bloodstream. Now, at the time, the claims are being made that it could affect people differently based on if your arteries were more open or much smaller, and each human being's is different. If you have larger overall arteries, you can stand the effects of this solidifying in the bloodstream more, because blood can still pass through there despite the roadblock. If you had, and this is what they have said, these professionals that have looked into it, this mortician that was discussing it. If you have a smaller bloodstream, then as this solidified, it constricted it, and it constricted your blood flow. And that's one of the reasons why you would have an issue with blood flow to the heart, as this chemical, allegedly this graphene oxide, the particles would come together and solidify into the bloodstream, making almost a strand, a very, very, very odd, weird looking kind of tendril. You can go and look it up online and try to reference it in there to kind of get a look at it. It was very odd looking. The Centers for Disease Control in 2021 concluded there was a likely association, especially in adolescents and young adults, but there was still a benefit for the group to get the shot. While cases were rare, they drew concern from scientists responsible for evaluating risks, who at the time were weighing whether to recommend the vaccines for children younger than 12. There were several scientists that came out, including one of the inventors of the mRNA process itself. One was Weinstein came out. A famous, very intelligent scientist. He was speaking out against this and saying he had serious concerns. And there was the other one that actually created it. Now, his name escapes me. If somebody can put that in the chat, I'd appreciate it. But he was coming out and saying, I'm the one that invented the process of introduction of this stuff through mRNA. And they're utilizing my process in order to give you this shot. And he was also voicing his concerns over it as well. CDC officials told an agency advisory committee earlier this year that acute myocarditis after a COVID-19 vaccination tends to resolve itself quickly, and that is associated with less severe cardiovascular events than myocarditis after COVID-19 infection. The fact of this statement here, that it resolves itself quickly, anyone I've talked to there are several people that I have talked to that have told me after getting the shot, they're still having health concerns to this day, years later. They got it a couple of years ago in the height of it. They are still having health concerns now. They have never been the same since they got the shot. And in fact, there's a couple of people on TikTok that just recently made videos, content creators. They came out and said the same thing. They said, I got this shot. I haven't been the same. I'm having health concern A and health concern B. You can go check out those videos. And they said they absolutely regret taking that. And we were all called conspiracy theorists and idiot MAGA guys and, dummy conservatives and Republicans for not doing the smart thing and not getting the shot. And it turns out not getting the shot was the smart thing. So we did some due diligence. We did some homework. We had some concerns. It was just, this gut feeling we had in looking into it. Nothing's right about this thing. And you remember when that scumbag Joe Biden came out and said that this was a pandemic of the unvaccinated. It was the unvaccinated that was making it worse. If we had listened to that asshole and that piece of shit, that's why I don't care that he has cancer and he's dying. I hope he dies a slow death. But that scumbag wanted to blame all of us for not getting the shot that's hurting people. And now the proof has been slowly coming out, and now you've got it in black and white from multiple sources, that this thing is problematic. And it's a serious concern if you get it. So it looks like us conspiracy theorists were right again. I'm happy to say me and the entire family is unvaccinated, and we are perfectly fine. We're not having any health concerns. I'm sorry if you got it and you are, or you're looking at and having some in the future. That's right. Don't trust the government. Don't trust their cure-all that they come out with in this situation. All right. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you.